Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Let's get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's go. So we're back here, right? Uh Tisha and Stormy are clapping hands. And Tisha said she RSVP'd for Stormy's party. Why would you do that, Tisha? In the time I actually wanted to have a conversation. You didn't really want to have a conversation. You don't want to go to the party. Why would you RSVP? You see why I can't with Tisha? Because she makes absolutely no sense. Then Nell told her absolutely right. Stormy, don't you invite her, and Tisha, don't you go. And then so she's talking about, I'm trying to understand what you got with me because we have drank together and I'm trying to understand what is really going on with you. Like, why are you popping off at me? Tisha is a mess. So Tisha got some cojones, right? She's like, you said that I was crazy. But Nell said, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You're aggressive. But she talking about what she not with. She's not with the fake. She's not with the phony anymore. Well, what are you with, Tisha? What are you with? Y'all catch me up. What is the stress between Nell and Tisha? Because Tisha's like, stand on what the F you said. Like, what did she say? Is Tisha just making something up? So Tisha was at the reunion and telling Stormy to go pop some medication, right? And Stormy said, "Well, you make as much money as I do," because she told her to pay her invoices. She said, "Come holler at me." Tisha said, "We're all millionaires, ma'am." No. But then she said something about TikTok. Tisha, if you get them 7 bottles of Macy and Mila on TikTok, you could make about $7.25. So Stormy is standing here asking Marceau, like, what is really going on? I didn't have this kind of energy. Marceau said when you all were at the reunion, you all were cursing each other out back and forth, and now she gets an invitation to your Valentine's party or whatever. It's not a big deal. Don't go. But Stormy's like, I'm confused. If she don't want, like, basically, if she don't want to come, she don't have to come. So Stormy's like, we don't hold on to anything. Marceau said him and his wife does, right? Courtney was like, he got to take up for his wife. Then he was like, because you know he don't take up for Tisha. So it's like Marceau don't understand the invitation, right? Courtney said, if we didn't want you all to be there, we wouldn't have invited you. And then he was like, my wife just got a problem with the invitation. He was like, well, y'all the one with the problem. Stormy doesn't have a problem. If you don't want to go, don't go. You making a big deal out of nothing, Tisha. That is crazy. So Tisha's mad because somebody sent a message saying that Nell was her mentor. She said she thought that they were trying to be friends. And Nell allowed the fans to dictate their relationship. Tisha, somebody needs to mentor you. You are clearly unhinged. So Nell was like, you should have done like Mel. If she got a problem, she knocks on the front door. I'm not Mel. And that's why I'm talking to you now. At her party, she said, when I saw you, I was going to talk to you. Tisha doesn't know how to read the room. She doesn't know how to understand temperature. She doesn't know how, like, whatever is on her mind, she just needs to say it right there. And then sometimes she just be so wrong. So Tisha finally let Nell go so she was able to enjoy her party. So she got up here and she thanked everybody for coming. That took a long time. So Chris, Courtney, and Martell had met up. They wanted to check in with Martell because he was not invited to Nell's party. But Martell is still a child and he's coming here talking about y'all picking sides. Because Nell felt like we shouldn't be in the same place. So you have paperwork that says that you and Mel cannot be in the same place. So Courtney's asking Martell, is he going to do the party that Stormy's having? And everybody is invited. And Martell's like, I don't know because I got a dad bod, but Trish is supposed to train me. And then Courtney let him know that him and Ken have been knowing each other since they were 10 years old. So this is about to happen. So Tisha is talking to Marceau about bidding on whatever that Kimmy had. She says she doesn't want to go back down that road again with Kimmy because you remember Kimmy said if she wasn't married into this family, Tisha is not someone she would be friends with because she doesn't have that type of energy. Tisha is still holding on to that. So no one ever really gets good with Tisha because she keeps something in her arsenal to blow it back in your face. That's why I can't with her. Sorrow and all, I can't with Tisha. Child, they sitting here talking about the Espo, okay? And Tisha said they reached out to Mel's team because Mel is a great motivational speaker. I would like to know what was that conversation between Tisha and Marceau to make her say that. But Mel was not available. And of course, she could not let, I guess, Mel get in contact with Marceau before she let Marceau know that Mel wants to get in contact with him to have a conversation about what he said in reference to Martell. She just can't handle not being a part of it. Tisha does not take accountability. She never takes accountability. She feels like whatever she says is right and everybody should uphold it and just go along with her. And P.S., why does she have a cry angle? I'm mad about that. And Tisha, Marceau wouldn't call you out if you just didn't act so crazy. Unhinged. Because every time you do something crazy, he got to come here and try to talk to you, and then we get a cry angle situation. I'm still upset about that. And Marceau is like, do you think these are the only mistakes you make? Like, you have to get called out on them. He calls her out more than she calls him out. Now, she needs to call him out more. And I'm with Marceau this time. Just sweep it under the rug because she comes up with her own stuff. You know, she doesn't listen. Tisha doesn't listen. And especially not listening for understanding. She just wants to be heard, but she does not want to listen. That's her problem. Now, where he going? He is having a situation talking about communication and has said that, no, I'm not going to communicate this with you. I'm going to sweep it under the rug. And you got your phone out with the door open. Where you going, Marceau? We got to have a conversation. We need to communicate. I am so happy to see Stormy and Mel sitting down having a meal, right? When we first met Stormy, she came here through Mel. They had a little tiff. Seems like everything is okay. They're talking about Sonny and Moses. I'm just glad to see it. And I agree with Stormy. Moses and Sonny could have been a little bit more apologetic and accountable when it pertains to Destiny with the fragileness of this situation. I am glad that Stormy let Mel know that Martell was going to be at the party, right? She didn't want to blindside her. She let her know, and Mel let her know wherever Martell is, Melody will not be. So it is what it is. And I'm just glad that the communication is good. I'm glad to see it. Child, what? Look, Tristan brought the thighs out. Martell can't get his breath. She has reintroduced herself. He's like, oh my God, I never trained with a woman. I usually don't train with women. She is smiling, talking. Okay. So he's like laughing because Chris almost introduced Trish to him indirectly. And he didn't say, but I'm gathering it was like for a hookup. That's why he's giggly. Like, Martell is making no sense. So the reason Trish is smiling like this is because she wants Martell to tell her what Chris told him about her. She's like, now I want to know. Now I got to ask Chris, like, what did he say? Martell was like, I'm not elaborating. So it's something flirty going on. This is just weird. Child, Trish, you know, her voice is always at a 1. She is talking at a 7. Kikiing with Martell. Martell done said Nell started the side chick situation. And then she said, oh yeah, she talked about that because, you know, we got our own stuff going on. Ooh. Now she going into the situation with Ken. He asked, was Ken the side dude? She can't get her words out. This is insane. Then Martell telling her, you know, you still got the paperwork. She asked him, what does the paperwork mean? Girl, you are married. That's what it means. Child, Martell said he went through his little thing. Like, with Big Ari. He went through his phase. She was a phase? She is too concerned with Martell knowing who she is when they get to Stormy's party. Because she's like, when I see you at Stormy's party, you're not going to act like you don't know me, right? Girl, why do you care? Marceau is so happy in this moment, right? And they're talking about him making the statement. And Mel is telling him, you didn't have to say anything. Marceau let her know that he knew the person in the media. Child, they're going to talk about it next week. I can't wait. Bye, y'all.